Alright, welcome back to another Secrets of the Pros here. I want to shout out to all the fans. Continue to support Pristine Productions. Look me up on YouTube, which I'm going to show you that page. And keep the subscription coming, guys. Remember, if you want to purchase VSTs, want to get sound packs, look me up, request that on my email, and you can do that on my Pioneer account here. Just request the product, whatever it be, a Korg, Triton keyboard, MPC, drum machine, and there's my account number. Just make that purchase of $50 and I'll send it to you. And today we're going to be talking about Wave F6 mix, and we're talking about getting some nice bottom end on your mix using waves. So let's get right down to it. So that was like a basic rhythm there I did. So I'm gonna start off with some of the first sounds here. This is what I'm using. I'm running this through Kontakt. It's a slight bass. It's on the side here. I'm using the SSL channel strip here. And here I have the drums, which I'm doing parallel compression here. But the main thing I want to touch on is the F6, which I'm using to get that bass line. So let's take a look at the bass here. And the thing with this EQ here, it has a wonderful, wonderful sound. You can switch to mid-side mode, just the sides, mid, stereo. And it has a Q. You can boost the gain. And you can also go into split and wide mode for side chain. And you can solo that particular frequency we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to turn off the F6 here. And the first thing I did, I run it through the SSL here, just to roll out, just to use a high pass on the SSL here. I always use the NLS or some type of tube plug-in to get some analog harmonics on it. So I turn it off, the bass gets a little bit quiet. I round it off with the CLA Black Edition here, 76. I'm pretty much compressing it hard, about negative 10 dB, but it works for the rhythm here, it's dancehall. Now what happens if I put on the R bass? I get a little bit more heavy bottom end, but I didn't think I don't really need it. So I use the F6 here to boost that 58 kilohertz. And you can hear the difference. If I turn it off, listen to the difference that one single band is making. You're hearing the top and mid-range of the bass, but when I bring the boost up from 58, about 5 dB, check this out. If I take it down, just the mid-range you're hearing here. If I boost it up, you hear that heavy stuff. I can also go overboard with it. This is a very flexible EQ here. EQ off, no bottom end, EQ on. Now a lot of people may tell you that oh, we don't use an EQ on bass, you should just high pass the bass and just do an amp. Well, for this particular bass, I don't need to do that. You can EQ the bass as in boost low end. So let's see what it sounds like without the EQ enabled here. EQ off. You don't feel the bottom end. Boost it up. And the next thing too, on my drums, I'm boosting. Let's see here. I'm doing a parallel compression here. I'm boosting about 60 kilohertz, about 3 dB off. kick drum disappears on. I get that heavy compression feel there. And also I'm using the smack attack to give the drum a little bit more punch. Smack off, smack on. So these subtle little things get your mix tight and get it in your face. If I want, I could spread the drums even more by doing a little bit of send here. Now listen to how tight that mix is. Let's turn off the first bass at the top here because I don't know if I'll keep it. I'm going to disable it for right now. I'm going to bring the tune back in. Here I have a sound here from the M1. And this is the Valhalla Vintage Verb. Wanted to capture something cinematic here, so I'm sending out through the V-Verb. 2 reverbs actually. One from the Waves R Verb and the other one from the Vintage Verb. And I'm using the GTR Stomp Box 6. If I turn it off, doesn't sound all that interesting. I'll turn it on, add a little bit of grit, and then you're gonna get a nice cinematic sound. So I wanted to leave that with you guys there, and that's how you use the F6 mixing there. Highly recommend this EQ. It sounds great on vocals. Anything you throw at it. It has good balance, good boost. I'm boosting 5 dB at 60 kilohertz on this bass, and it still sounds nice and round and natural. So catch you guys on the next one.